This is part 4, I think, of my spoilery review of Outlander Season 7, Episode 3. This part is going to talk particularly about the bugs and the Jacobite gold that we find out was stolen by Archbug. This will have spoilers for the books and the show, like all my other reviews, so if you were looking to avoid those, please do keep on scrolling. Alright, so at the end of Episode 2, when Wendigo Dahmer and his men have broken into the big house, they uncover the gold that Arch and his wife, Madura Bug, had hidden, stolen, and Jamie recognizes instantly because of the fleur-de-lis on the gold bar that this is the missing Jacobite gold. So as a book reader, I appreciated this storyline, but I also think for people that are maybe not privy to the book or also this storyline in particular, it would probably be a very confusing scene for you because it's meant to land a big impactful punch, but the bugs have really kind of been background characters for much of the show, so I don't really feel like they hit the note in the way that they probably wanted to here. So a little background refresher for those who may need it. Jamie Jocasta was married to a man named Hector Cameron, and Hector Cameron, Dougal Mackenzie, and a third man were all involved in this missing Jacobite gold. They each got a third of it, and Hector Cameron and Jocasta fled Scotland with their third. And along that journey in season 4, we saw a flashback of them trying to escape. And unfortunately, when they were pulled over by the British, Hector mistakenly ends up killing their daughter, Morna, as they try to flee. We find out in this scene and in the books that the third man involved was a man named Malcolm Grant, who was Archbug's laird and the man who he pledged his loyalty to. And eventually, the gold that belonged to Grant was gifted to Archbug, and that is how he came upon it. But when Archbug discovered that Hector Cameron used his gold to fund his plantation, which we know as River Run, he felt like that was a betrayal to Scotland, and the purpose of that gold was not used in the way that was agreed upon. So he decided to slowly and over time steal that gold back because he did not feel like Hector Cameron deserved it. And he found out through his multiple visits to River Run that it was all in Hector Cameron's grave. After discovering that Arch is the one that was stealing from his aunt, Jamie immediately terminates Arch's employment at the Ridge. At this point, Arch and his wife now have nowhere to go, so they plan to steal the gold back from under the big house. And come back for part 5, where we'll talk about young Ian and the repercussions of this scene.